Professor Madonsela, thank you very much for your time. In my introduction to the start of the show, I also questioned why would Mr. Duduzane Zuma lie when his statement could be easily disproved. You've come out now to exactly disprove that by saying, no, he's lying.
Well, he is telling an untruth, and if we have to put it harshly, yes, he is lying.
Why would he do it? Yes.
No, but I do know the impact of his lie. What the impact of his lie has been is that, Dan, thank you for this privilege. Me and you are talking right now, and we're not talking about the subject matter, which is state capture. Is there evidence of it emerging, or is there evidence that shows that it was all a lie? So we're talking about something that's a non-issue. Was he treated properly? Was he not treated properly? Which is not the mandate of the commission to second-guess my conduct.
So you said you wouldn't know why he's lying. I'm wondering, why would somebody bring something up like this at this stage when it can easily be disproved? I mean, you've said already, I've seen reports that there were a number of opportunities, or attempts rather, to get to him even when he was in Dubai by your investigators when you were public protector at the time.
Yes, then as I said, sir, I don't know why he's lying, but I know what he has gained by lying. What he has gained by lying is diversion and victimhood. We know as lawyers, we know in the O.J. Simpson case and many other cases that a case is not won purely on fact. Public narrative is equally important. So what does the public do now? Instead of focusing on state capture, the public narrative has diverted into, was Mr. Zuma treated badly? And of course, what it does then, it means that until we get the final product, he's a victim and he's not really an accountable accused person.
And I think one of the things he did say to feed into that narrative you're alluding to is that no one, I'm quoting what he said yesterday, no one is concerned about me not giving a fair shot, implying that you didn't treat him fairly.
Exactly. Whereas this is the platform that has been created specifically for him to tell his side of the story. It's not about whether he was treated properly or not, because you should see the commission as a continuum from the public protector. It's sort of a relay. We've handed over the baton to the commission. But what is also important is to know that the commission is not a court of law. It has no authority to review my conduct or my decision. So any information that is being thrown into the commission about my conduct does two things. It wastes public money, because all of the time that is spent adducing that evidence is billing time for lawyers. And it drags the commission's timeline to the point that by the time the decisions of the commission are made, people would have enjoyed the wealth if they gained it unlawfully, and some of that wealth would have been liquidated. So it gains people time unnecessarily. But two, it also diverts public narrative. Instead of having people who are accused answering the questions they are accused of, they then present themselves as victims, and then the public then runs into that victimhood mode. Was he treated badly? Was he treated fairly? That's not the issue.
Okay, I just want to ask you a personal question, because in my intro at 9 o'clock, I made the point that this Duduzane Zuma situation that happened yesterday, and we're talking to you about it now, reminded me of his father, the former president, Jacob Zuma, when he tried to make us believe that you yourself also, when you were talking to him, investigating him, you didn't give him an opportunity to give evidence, And soon we had that audio recording where it emerged very clearly that you had actually interviewed him and he had been given an opportunity. And I'll say this is a case of like father, like son. It seems to me like the Zumas are trying to discredit you.
Well, I think I'm just collateral damage. Then I don't think it's personal. I just think it's about survival and diversion. I just happen to be the tree that gets attacked, or maybe the tallest tree that the wind chooses to hit. So I don't take it personal. I don't feel aggrieved by them personally, but I do think that the truth needs to be told. And in this particular case, we do have evidence that shows that Mr. Zuma, Duduzane, was approached. We even have letters from his attorneys towards the end of the investigation, at that stage complaining about the timeline given to respond to the Section 79 notice. You know, at the very least, if he had said there he wasn't given sufficient notice, I would say that's not true, but at least it's next to the truth. The question that the Commission might want to ask him is, since he heard in the media that was being implicated, and he heard that Mr. A.J. Gupta was coming to see us, what prevented him from approaching me and submitting a statement just as Mr. Hlongwane did? You know that Mr. Hlongwane invited himself. He gave a statement and he requested to meet with me. Why didn't Mr. Zuma do the same? If he was so concerned about giving his side of the story, why did he go to Dubai and then in Dubai say, no, he can't be interviewed even by Skype or even if we send it in because he's not able to coordinate with his lawyers to be with him? I mean, the truth is business people can coordinate with their lawyers even if they are in Antarctica.
Okay, Professor Thuli Madonsela, thank you very much.